Hey, I just pulled up your website on my phone. So I just wanted to give you a few suggestions. I can't go through it on video this way, the way I recorded this, but you can hopefully hear me, and I'm going to just scroll through it. So if you want to just pull it up on your phone and go through it with me together, you might be able to see what I'm talking about for different things. This is great. The email came over. The thing that's not bad, but there's it's a longer green space for the email to submit your email. So I don't know if you can adjust that for your phone. Typically with the email sites, I didn't check to see what kind of site this was, but you can go in and adjust for iPhone how it would appear. So if you can make it a little shorter for the iPhone, it might be a little nicer. So listen, maybe even you listen to my latest or listen to my music, click to scroll or something, just listen. You might want to do that because I'm clicking on it and then it does scroll down. It doesn't scroll down far enough. That's what happened on your actual website. It didn't scroll down far enough. So you still have to scroll to get there, which is fine, but people might not really realize, they might think that it messed up and that they didn't go to the right place. So maybe you connect this to maybe the very first song. So when you click that, listen, that it actually starts to play this first song right away. So that might help. I'm not sure if you can do that, but that might be an option. So then it gets a little confusing on my phone. So it says music for relaxation, so that's great. And then I have like the option to listen to the first 5 songs under a rainy new day in Delhi. And then new single release, Falling Snow. Okay, that's good. And you can buy the track because that's a new one. Okay, that makes sense. And then here's the only thing that was a little confusing. This create something beautiful each day. There's no song with that unless I don't see it. So it's not bad, but then it says piano side dishes. I'm not sure what that means. If that's a song or what that is. I don't see anything to click on there, so hold on. Yeah, there's no music tied to it, and I don't see anything to click on, so I would question that. And then you scroll down, Blow by Blow. Okay, that's another album. I'm assuming these are little mini albums. I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that's an album. Falling Snow, premiering January 9th. So this is Music Talks with Catherine, preview. Okay, so is Falling Snow, what is that? Is that this Music Talks, or is Falling, I think it goes with the Music Talks with Catherine, but I'm not sure. So either have the Falling Snow premiere January 9th, 2021, maybe have that on the actual photo, or just make it look more like the boxed up here on everything. You have a box around it, except for the new single release, which maybe you might want to add a box around that too, so they can tell when you're trying to get them to listen to an actual song or it's an album. And then Falling Snow video can be purchased above. Yeah, that part's just a little confusing. That's all. I would probably box this all together so that they can tell what they're supposed to do. This is me. It just needs to be justified a little bit. It's a little higher in the box on a cell phone, so I would just try to space it a little better. And then I mentioned before to make this type. I think it's actually even the typeset. It looks like it's a typewriter, and maybe that was the look you were going for, but you want to consider doing a different type of font. I use like Roboto, R-O-B-O-T-O a lot. I like that. And narrow, Arial, narrow, I believe. But just kind of play around with that font a little bit to maybe make it a little bit bigger. And maybe just using a different font could even change that. It wouldn't have to be larger. It could just be easier to read. I'm hoping this is still recording. Okay, and then never give up hope, change your perspective, and you'll find a way. Music is the universal language of mankind. Like I mentioned before, in here on your phone, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking at your website on your phone, so you really need to focus on this page or on this part of your design. First of all, at the end of your bio, there's a lot of black space, so you can probably clean that up. And then maybe move the never give up hope to above the photo or on top of the photo in the sky. And then music is universal language of mankind. Maybe that's at the bottom of the keyboard on that photo, or just above or below, just because those two are right beside each other on my phone, and they're different fonts, and they kind of are hard to read because your picture's in the background. So just kind of play around with that a little bit. Contact me, email me at Catterson. So that's a little hard to read on the iPhone. Sometimes when you, it depends on what type of box you use. Like if you use a header versus text when you're creating your site, make that text and then it adjusts properly for your, when it's on the phone versus whether it's on a website on your computer. Contact me, first name, email, last name. Ooh, that's weird. I would get those first name and last name should be lined up. And I wouldn't even ask for their last name. If you don't need it, I wouldn't ask. And I probably wouldn't ask for their phone because that makes people not respond. Even though you say optional, it just makes people kind of turn away. But it really just depends. Your people might be different, but I only ask for first name and email, and that's all. And then privacy policy. This is kind of weird. Hold on. There's a video, or it's like a link to a video. So there's something funny going on at the bottom. So it's a PDF for the privacy policy, which is a little odd. You probably need to put that on your website if you can as a second page. But I'm not sure what kind of site this is. And you might not be able to. Yeah, you have to X out of your email list to get anywhere. So that's okay. That's okay because it makes them read it. But there's a like a video playing sign at the bottom of your site on the iPhone. So take a look at everything on your iPhone. I just kind of give you some suggestions. As you scroll through, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Let me know if you have any questions. But honestly, the site's really pretty. It's really great. The iPhone is a little bit harder to follow than the regular website. So just take a look at it again from a perspective of somebody who doesn't know what you do or what you're trying to get them to do. So you really need to think about that too. Even on your other site, you're trying to get them to purchase individual recordings and then maybe even the albums. But yeah, really kind of think about what you want them to do when they're on the site and make sure you're telling them. Sometimes you just have to say as clear as day, click here to buy. And maybe you might want to add that your site's really subtle and very classy, so don't overdo anything like that. But just thought I'd give you a little 2 cents. Okay, thanks.